Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we say hello and welcome to night 2 of the regular season, where we present to you the only meeting in the regular season between the league's two biggest rivals. It's the Battle of the Woods, Brentwood and Ravenwood. These two teams met on the second night of the regular season last year and then didn't see each other again for the rest of the season. Of course, Brentwood got relegated to Tier 2 at midseason and ended up playing in the Hein Cup last year. Ravenwood, I wouldn't say barely, kind of barely stayed up in Tier 1 and then got all the way to the Predators Cup final before falling short to Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb. Could it happen again this year? Are these two teams going to see each other one more time once we get around to the postseason? We've got just over 4 months to find out. All right, for the first time this season, let's go over the recent scores because we've got one final from tonight already in the books. On Monday, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beat Centennial FRA 6-0. Summit Page beat the Rutherford Rampage 9-1. A thriller between JP2 MLK and Father Ryan. JP2 winning 3-2. Oscar Ford scoring the game-winning goal with just 5 seconds left in the third period. So Game of the Year candidate on the first night of the season and in the third game out of 120 that will be played in this 4-month marathon. Hendersonville Beach Lawson defeated Independence BA USN Nashville Christian 6-1, and Brentwood beat the Montgomery County Rangers 5-2. The Rangers playing in their first ever GNASH game. And the first game of the night in the books, it got started at 5:10 here on Rinke at Centennial. Centennial FRA bouncing back from the loss on Monday with a 3-0 win over Station Camp Liberty Creek, who started their season with a loss. So here are the standings with that game in the books. Big group at 1-0. Summit Page, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb, Hendersonville Beach Lawson, Brentwood, and JP2 MLK all at 1-0. Centennial FRA now at 1-1. And we've still got Franklin, MBA, Ravenwood, the Outlaws, and Mount Juliet sitting at the starting line. Everybody's going to get off the starting line this week. Mount Juliet will be the last team to get off the starting line tomorrow night. And Station Camp Liberty Creek joined the group at 0-1. That includes Father Ryan, the Rangers, Independence BA, USN Nashville Christian, and the Rutherford Rampage. Rest of tonight's games coming up in just a few minutes here on Rinke at Centennial. It's going to be Brentwood taking on Ravenwood. 7:30 at the Fordyce Center in Clarksville. Montgomery Bell opening their season against the Montgomery County Rangers. That is the first GNASH game, a first official GNASH game to be played at a rink outside Davidson County since February 13th, 2016. The last night of GNASH action ever to be played at A-Game Sportsplex in Cool Springs. And it wasn't expected that that was going to be the last night. But, of course, the rink was being put up for sale, and the rink owners and the people that ran the hockey down there were having a big battle over money. And after those GNASH games ended and the facility closed overnight, they changed the locks because that was the big negotiations coming to a boiling point, and that actually lasted a week. But by the time that it all got settled, GNASH had already planned to play the rest of the postseason, or play the entire postseason in Antioch and Centennial. Bellevue hadn't been built yet. Bellevue hadn't even been announced yet. So, yeah, that's what happened with all that. And Fordyce Center Clarksville becoming the 6th venue to host an official GNASH game, joining its brothers in Antioch and Bellevue. Centennial, of course, A-Game at Bridgestone Arena. And the other game of the night, season opener for both the Tennessee Outlaws and Franklin. They'll be playing at 8:30 over on Rink B. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing our game tonight. First, talk about Brentwood. This is the first time we've seen them this season. Still coached by Chris Orm, his 14th season as head coach. Of course, they were runners-up in the Henry Hein Cup last year. Still weird to say that. Runners-up in the Henry Hein Cup to the Rutherford Rampage. Let me pull up my roster from last year, because I can tell you who they said goodbye to. By goodbye I mean the graduating. So they said goodbye to, and this by goodbye I mean the graduating seniors: Owen Seeley, Graham Englehart, Ty Essenmacher, Hill Houston, Aiden Pustizzi, Trey Wilkins. Come on, Google. Scroll down. Seniors. You can see if there are any more seniors. Yeah, that's it in terms of seniors. Clayton Ellsworth, who was, I think he was the guy who drove the offense for him last year. He is not back. He would have been a senior this year. Avery Beeks didn't come back. Neither did Dylan Phillips. They've got, how many seniors this year? Isabella Quigley, Jack Schultz, John Nance, Payne Fielder, Zane Cesaroni, Caden Warnick, and Callahan Fielder. So those are the 7 seniors that will be graduating this year. And they did something very unusual. They opted, Payne Fielder is not going to be a goaltender this year. He's going to skate as a defenseman. Andrew Sally is going to be the #1 goaltender. So they have picked up a pool goalie from Independence BA USN Nashville Christian. It's one of the grandfathered Goodpasture players. Goodpasture sophomore Collier Owen is going to be the backup goaltender for Brentwood this season. So, of course, they started the season on Monday night with a um, 5-2 win. Over Montgomery County Rangers. Let's just pull up the stats for them. Have any stats for them, or am I going to have to go to? Oh, okay. So Jack Schultz and Zane Cesaroni each have 2 points from goals. Will Hubbard has a point from a goal. Apparently, none of those 5 goals had assists on them, which I kind of find that a bit unrealistic. Andrew Sally played that game in goal, got the win, played the full 42. Oh, no, okay. He played 29 minutes. He allowed both goals on 10 shots, turned away the other 8, so his save percentage in the regular season so far is .800. Goals against average 3.1, so he got the win. And Collier Owen played the other 12 minutes, and he turned away all 4 shots that he faced. All right, let's move on to Ravenwood. Second year under head coach, or first full season under head coach James Gately. He, of course, took over early on. He took over right at the Thanksgiving break when they dismissed Mike Driscoll. But he's back for his first full year. The Raptors said goodbye to Will Gallagher, Brady Miller. Crud. Hold on. Or I can just pull up the roster from last year on my Google Doc. Go back to the previous version. Warm-up clock is running. So Ravenwood last year said goodbye in terms of graduation to Will Gallagher, Jack Reedy, Bennett Nichols, and Brady Miller. Also not coming back for the Raptors this year, Oliver Lutz, one of the promising young players from last year. He moved to upstate New York. He is now part of the Rochester Coalition youth program up there. Lucas Brady also didn't come back. If he'd come back, Ravenwood would have 6 seniors instead of 5. I don't know why Lucas Brady didn't come back. And John Castleberry didn't come back either. Not sure why there. The 5 seniors that Ravenwood have this year, it's a pretty good group of seniors. Owen Apple, Cooper Hill, Liam Powell, Jake Lipinski, and Zeke Landcamer. So when the season is over, at some point for Ravenwood, it'll be those 5 players that the Raptors will be saying goodbye to. As things start to get a little more iffy for the Williamson County programs, obviously Franklin have adjusted with Todd Gross starting a summer league to try and find new players for the Admirals. And wow, the crowd for this game is really small, man. That's sick. Golly. I remember when we used to have this game down at A-Game. Place would be packed. It'd be the place to be for a youth sporting event in Cool Springs that night. We need a rink in Williamson bad because Nolensville's not sufficient, and we can't use it because the facility's way too small in both terms of parking and building size. Just doesn't work. Just does not work. The seniors for this Brentwood team, by the way, I think I already went over them. Isabella Quigley, Jack Schultz, John Nance. He's a new player, so this will be his only year on the roster. Payne fielder Zane Cesaroni. Caden Wernick and Callahan fielder. Ready to start this one. Colin Gower starting in goal for Ravenwood. Andrew Sally starting in goal for Brentwood for this first period. Ravenwood will move the puck from my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. As we are underway with this one. Ravenwood winning the draw. Zeke Landcamer inside his own zone. Passing it up the far side. Deflected away by Zane Cesaroni. As Landcamer was trying to get it to Keaton Moffitt, who's wearing a new number this year, 88. Cannon Kaiser also switched numbers. He's now wearing number 19. Jake Farrell, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Trying to put it in front for Liam Powell, who couldn't get the stretch. Ravenwood with a good chance early from the blue line. Oh, shanking a one-timer. Topping the puck was Zeke Landcamer from the blue line at the left point. Puck now back in the Ravenwood zone. Timo Holan, one of the 7 new players in this Ravenwood roster, helping clear the puck out. Jake Farrell picks it up at center. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Farrell could not get around the back checker. That was Will Hubbard. He had Liam Powell going to the net all by himself. I'm not sure why he didn't pass the puck off. Now here's Hubbard. Right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. His shot into the skate of Cannon Kaiser. Now Powell behind the net pushing the puck around to the far side. Then he put it into the skates of Johnny Kelso. Oh, and a big hit. Caden Wernick takes a big hit at center from Landcamer. Here's Liam Powell. Back in the Brentwood zone. Got around the defender. Got off a shot. And I'm not sure. Oh, Sally did make a save. Okay. Here's Kaiser. Trying to go to the front of the net. Puck put in front. And they score. Puck popped up in the air a bit and knocking it in is, I think, Grady Fernan. So Grady Fernan scores his first GNASH goal in his first game. It's Ravenwood's first goal of the season. He's wearing number 9 in place of Lucas Brady, who's not on the team this year, and that goal comes with 12:27 to go in the first period. Brentwood icing the puck. I think this Ravenwood team might be favorites to win the Predators Cup because they got Cooper Hill and Liam Powell for one more year. Jake Farrell's pretty good. Of course, they had a really good group of freshmen last year. Oliver Lutz, of course, gone, like I said, in pregame, moved to Rochester, New York. He's now playing up there. Puck in the Brentwood zone right up against the boards. And cleared out. St. Cicerone at center. Tried to push it along, but it's taken by Cooper Hill. Hill through center. Into the Brentwood zone. Down the slot to the net. A shot. Stopped by Sally. Great save by Andrew Sally. Puck goes into the netting above the glass. A tremendous save because seas parted for Hill, and there he was off to the front of the net. And Sally with a tremendous save to keep this a 1-0 deficit for Brentwood with 11:34 to go in the first. Draw is going to be to Sally's left. Draw one by Ravenwood, and the shot from Timo Holland was blocked. Timo Holland, one of the 7 newcomers. He's a junior. He born in the Czech Republic, has German citizenship, so he's a dual Czech-German citizen. Puck now back in the Ravenwood zone. Jack Schultz, left wing shot, blocked. Blocked by Mason Reed, another one of the newcomers. Puck now back in the Brentwood zone. Trying to send it to the front of the net was Robert Longard, another one of the newcomers to this Ravenwood team. One of the 2 freshmen. The other being Aryan Potnaik. Puck out at center. Here's Longard. Bringing it back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Getting off a shot that was blocked. And then he got a rebound try, and I think Sally came up with a save on that. Puck put in the slot. A shot from Liam Powell. Misses the net to the left of Sally. And yes, Sally did make a save on Longard's second try. Powell out of the right wing side, passing it down low. Pass back out to the slot. Here's Powell, a shot. Oh, did Sally get a piece of that? Yes, he did. He got a piece of it, I think, with his left wrist. Here's Will Hubbard, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. His shot off the right leg pad of Colin Gowers. So it took almost 4 minutes for Brentwood to get a shot on goal. Brady Bowman back inside his own zone on the far side as Ravenwood make a line change. Bowman steps out to center. Takes a bump from Luke Pierce and goes down. That allows Liam Powell to pick up the puck. Powell brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Powell shot blocked. And Lucas O'Leary, another one of the newcomers of this Ravenwood team, couldn't keep the puck in the zone. Luke Pierce with it now out at center. Powell will bring it back in, but nice job by Johnny Kelso to put the body against him and get the puck off of him. Dumped back in the zone on the far boards by Zeke Landcamer, and then sent the other way for an icing by Brody Bowman. 9:23 left in the first, 1-0 Ravenwood. New backup goalie, or the new number 2 goalie for Ravenwood this year is Reese McKenzie, female player. She's a sophomore. Ravenwood have had female players before. Draw is to the right of Sally. Puck put out in front. One-timer stopped by Sally with a big rebound score. Keaton Moffitt. Kenan Kaiser got off a one-timer from the right circle. Sally made the save at the left-hand post, but he left the right-hand side of the net open, and Keaton Moffitt cashes at the rebound to make it 2-0 Ravenwood with 9:11 to go in the first. Draw one by Ravenwood, and Jake Farrell could not get around Matthew Melamed as he brought it into the Brentwood zone. Now here's Moffitt on the left wing side. Moffitt backhands it down low, put out in front, went off of Sally's blocker. Owen Apple holds it in at the left point, but we get a whistle because the net got dislodged. Draw was to the right of Sally, won by Ravenwood. Here's Jake Farrell's shot, went over the net. Cooper Hill going to keep it in the zone. Brentwood trying to get it out, unable to do so. Here's Hill in front, a backhander score. Brentwood tried to get the puck out of the zone, but it suddenly slid to the front of the net. Hill jumps on it and backhands it in, and it's 3-0 Ravenwood with 8:16 to go in the first. It took him just 55 seconds to score again. Draw one by the Raptors, Timo Holland. Passing ahead. Tried to drop it back to Grady Fernan. I'm not sure who he passed it to, but that player tried to drop it back to Fernan. It was Mason Reed. Here's Holland through center, back into the Brentwood zone. Holland shot. I think it missed the net. Puck out at center. Owen Apple nudging it to the far side. Comes back to him. Decides to skate with it. Brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Tried to chip it to the front of the net. Ooh, and it kind of bounced on, and Sally had to glove it off the ice. 7:29 to go in the first. 3-0 Ravenwood leading. Draw was to the left of Sally. It's won by Brentwood. Here come the Bruins through center, brought into the Ravenwood zone. A backhander from Zane Cicerone in the slot, turned away by Gower. Just the second shot on goal for Brentwood. And now Robert Longard brings the puck out to center. Into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Send it to the front of the net. Nicely broken up by Benjamin Marshall, one of just 3 freshmen on this Brentwood team. And clearing attempt just held into the blue line, but then chopped off the stick of Anthony Maltese. And here's a chance for Brentwood. And falling into Gower, crashing into Gower was Jack Schultz, knocking the net loose. I don't know why Schultz didn't shoot. He was moving to the front of the net all by himself. I'm not sure why he didn't shoot. The referees are discussing whether or not it was a goal. No goal. 6:46 left in the first. 3-0 Ravenwood draws to the right of Gower. And now they realized, hey, the stoppage is on Schultz, so the draw is going to be held outside the zone on the dot in front of the Ravenwood bench. Won by the Raptors, but it's inside the zone, and Schultz had it. Nice job to get it around Hill. Brody Bowman dumping it to the inboards from the right point. Now it's in the left wing corner. Payne Fielder, who for some reason isn't wearing his own sweater, had it taken away by Hill. Hill now right wing side of the Brentwood zone. And tried to put it out in front, but it's intercepted and cleared by the Bruins. Lucas O'Leary passing off to Zeke Landcamer. Nice job of ignoring the poke checks of Zane Cicerone. Landcamer back in the Brentwood zone on the left wing side, going around the back of the net. There's a shot, score! Zeke Landcamer in the slot, got off a shot, looked like it glanced off the inside of the left-hand post and in. And it is 4-0 Ravenwood with 5:38 left in the first. And by God, this is not your daddy's Brentwood Ravenwood game. It's not your grandfather's Brentwood Ravenwood game. It ain't even your great-grandfather's Brentwood Ravenwood game. Here's Timo Holland, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, put it out in front. I think he was trying to get it to Keaton Moffitt. Puck in the left wing corner. Bruins trying to clear. Held in Cannon Kaiser. Behind the net. Passed out to the top of the right circle. Holland shot stopped by Sally. Puck out at center, Holland brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Pass that in front, a shot from Moffitt, stopped by Sally. Rebound was blocked. Was Cannon Kaiser trying to bury the rebound. Oh, and then he does score. The puck came back to the front of the net. Sally was out of position. No correction, it's Mason Reed leading the fist bump line. So Mason Reed sweeps it in from in front, and it is now 5-0 Ravenwood with 4:40 to go in the first. So Mason Reed, another one of the newcomers, getting his first goal. Grady Fernan. Up here's a chance for Will Hubbard. A shot hit the outside netting on the right-hand side of the Ravenwood net. And then he's trying to stuff it in from in front. Puck out in front. Zane Cicerone's shot is stopped and held on to by Gower. Just the third shot on goal for Brentwood. But anyway, Mason Reed, another one of the newcomers, getting his first goal in his first game tonight. Grady Fernan scored the very first goal of the game. Just over a minute and a half in. The other goals have come from Keaton Moffitt, Cooper Hill, and Zeke Landcamer. Draw was to the right of Gower, won by Brentwood, but taken away and cleared out by the Raptors. Grady Fernan dumps the puck into the left wing corner of the Brentwood zone. Cicerone tried to clear, held into the left point. Owen Apple. Apple shot blocked. Puck out at center. Liam Powell let it get away from him. Coming in to scoop it up is Timo Holland. Now there's Jake Lipinski, another one of the seniors. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Passing up to the left point. Holland right up against the boards, moving along the blue line a bit. Passes it over to the right wing side. Try to get it in the slot to Powell. Powell let it deflect over to the boards. Now he's got the puck. Poked off his stick from behind. Puck was out at center. Now Powell brings it back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Got double teamed and knocked down. Now Fernan behind the net. Comes out to the left wing side. Puts it out in front, but Jake Lipinski had his stick tied up. Here goes Jack Schultz through center. Back into the Ravenwood zone. Got a shoulder check from Grady Fernan and went down. Owen Apple the other way, passing ahead to Cooper Hill. Hill in the Brentwood zone. Nice move around the defender. Got to the front of the net, but the puck got away from him. Now here's Hill with it again, putting it out in front. And a shot missed by Aryan Patnaik. Oh, and then Patnaik takes a hit from Jack Schultz, who's going to go to the box for it. Puck put out in front and whiffing on it is Robert Longard. Net is empty for the extra attacker for Ravenwood, but the puck is touched up eventually. And Schultz goes off for boarding, a 2 and a 10. So 2:42 left in the first. Ravenwood up 5-0, getting their first power play of the season. And I'm sure that Chris Oram will not like one of his best players taking a penalty and being off the ice for that long, especially when the rest of his team, most of the rest of his team, is struggling. Draw is going to be to the left of Sally. Anthony Maltese on the right wing boards. Passing out to the blue line. Hill whiffing on the shot. Actually, no, he shot it to the boards, and then it came out to the left circle, and Liam Powell snapped it wide, and then Hill with a shot from the center point that goes flying over the net. Puck out in front to be knocked away by Sally, but the net gets dislodged again. Draw's going to be to Sally's left again. No, it's going to be to his right. Ravenwood with a puck off the draw. One Apple at the center point, passing over the top of the left circle, and Holon. Timo Holon putting it behind the net. Robert Longard picks it up, passes back out to the center point. Apple over to Mason Reed, top of the right circle. Across to Holon, his one-timer, not a hard one-timer, stopped by Sally. And then the puck will be carried out to center by Zane Cesaroni. Cesaroni tried to get into the Ravenwood zone, but was held up by Owen Apple, and then coming in to sweep up the puck was Mason Reed. Reed, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Pass in front, score! Longard. Or was that Holon? It's Timo Holon leading the fist bump line. So that's a power play goal for Ravenwood, and it's 6-0 with 1:44 to go in the first. My God. My God. Shots on goal favor the Raptors 17-3. Puck just inside the Ravenwood zone, cleared out up the near side by Zeke Landkammer. So Ravenwood a goal away. If they score another goal and don't give one up, we'll be on the running clock. We haven't even reached the final minute of the first yet. Unable to hold the puck in at the left point was Cannon Kaiser. Here's Zeke Landkammer out at center. Oh, he whiffed in the passing attempt, trying to get it over to Kaiser. Landkammer has it back, passes up the near side. It's back in the Brentwood zone, cleared out by the Bruins. Landkammer with it, last minute of the first. Landkammer through center, passing it over to the right wing side, and Fernan, Grady Fernan, shooting it across the front of the net. And shot from the right circle, stopped, and then the rebound. Oh, nice save by Sally, stretching out the right leg pad, or left leg pad to stop a shot. Stop the rebound try from Grady Fernan. The initial shot came from Kaiser. 30 seconds left in the first. Here's Jake Farrell on the left wing side. Sending it around the wall to the near side. Held in Landkammer, shot in the right point, turned away by Sally. The shot from Farrell turned away by Sally at the left-hand post, and that's going to be it for the first. 6 different players scoring for Ravenwood. In order, Grady Fernan, Keaton Moffitt, Cooper Hill, Zeke Landkammer, Mason Reed, and Timo Holland. And the Raptors have a 6-0 lead on Brentwood at the end of one. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Andrew Sally still in goal for Brentwood. Colin Gower still in goal for Ravenwood for this second period. Brentwood will carry the puck from my left to right. Ravenwood from my right to left. 6-0. The Raptors lead. Again, if they score one more goal without giving one up, we'll be on the running clock. Raptors board says 19 shots, but Danny Cordens didn't post those 2 shots towards the end where that great 2-save sequence from Andrew Sally, trying to help him get credit there. So it should be 21 shots for Ravenwood, but I mean, 3 shots for Brentwood, it really doesn't matter. 6 of those shots for Ravenwood have gone in. Keaton Moffitt, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Backhands it down. Stopped by Sally. Rebounding in front. Ariane Patnaik couldn't keep a stick on it. Owen Apple comes in. Keaton Moffitt calling for it. Passes over to Patnaik, pushed into the inboards. Trying to clear it out as Matthew Melamed held in Moffitt on the left wing. Moffitt going to the slot, passing over to the right circle, and Liam Powell passing up to the right point. Anthony Maltese back down to Powell. Now center point Apple. Maltese across to Moffitt. Patnaik behind the net. Pushed into the boards. Puck comes up to the right point, held in by Maltese. Across to Moffitt, left circle. Moffitt put it in front. And I think it was knocked away. Not by Sally, but by somebody else. Liam Powell holding it in. Powell's not scored yet. He's at the center point with it now. Passes over to Apple, top of the left circle. Okay, they did give that as a shot just now for Moffitt. He tried to send it to the front of the net and Patnaik, but it's intercepted and cleared out by the Bruins. It's back in the Ravenwood zone. Powell chases it down. Tries to clear, held in Reed Odell at the left point. He sends it down low. Puck coming around to the near side. Brody Bowman around the back of the Ravenwood net. Drops it behind the net. Back the other way go the Raptors. Luke Pearson, the slot, a shot deflected and went past the net. Clearing attempt, Cooper Hill could not keep it in. He's got it at center now. Waiting on Jake Lipinski to clear the zone. Hill now brings it back into the right wing side. Stops down low, spins around. Man, I hate this is the last year we're going to see this kid. Liam Powell too. But hey, we got 5 more months with him. I'm counting the postseason too. Ravenwood are going to go deep in the post. I think Ravenwood are going to win the Preds Cup this year. I don't know if Ensworth are good enough to repeat. Tim McAllister told me the other night they got to score by committee this year because, Ben Saukin graduated. And also they lost J.T. Borland and Justin Nozko. Borland now playing at Shattuck St. Mary's, and Nozko transferred to Fairview for football. Puck of the inboards behind the Brentwood net. And Cooper Hill trying to push Johnny Kelso off it. Is that Kelso's hair or is his... He's got His net guard loose or something? He's got something hanging off the back of, or the top of his sweater. Cooper Hill behind the net. Jake Lipinski. Back to Hill. Hill coming out to the left wing side. Hill passing below the goal line to Robert. Back out to the blue line and Timo Holland. Longard passing across to the right circle, and Lipinski had to go off Lipinski's stick to the boards. Going to be held in by Jake Farrell. Pass down to the right wing corner and Longard. Backhanding it up to the left point, Holland moving along from left to right wing. Now he's along the boards. Carrying it down. Gets pushed into the boards. Here's Mason Reed, one of the 6 goal scorers for Ravenwood. With it in the left circle, trying to put it in front. It slowed up with the stick of Johnny Kelso. Oh, and then shot through the crease from the left-hand side of the net by Robert Longard. Here's Reed again. Now here's Jake Farrell going around the back of the net. Puts it out in front. Oh, but unable to get a stick on it were both Lucas O'Leary and Robert Longard. They were right in front. Puck went all the way back into the Ravenwood zone. Here come the Raptors again. Reed, left wing side of the Brentwood end. Backhands it to the slot. Robert Longard, a shot stopped by Sally. Rebound loose in the slot. Picked up by Cannon Kaiser. Kaiser passing it up the left wing boards. Here's Robert Longard. And puck cleared. Here's Zane Cesaroni into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Cesaroni in the front of the net, but he couldn't get the shot away. I think coming in from behind to defend was Zeke Landkamer, and that was the best chance for Brentwood since the Jack Schultz breakaway in the first. I'm still not sure why Schultz didn't shoot on that. Ravenwood ended up icing the puck. 8:51 to go in the second. The Raptors are up 6-0. Draws to Gower's left. And won by Brentwood, but immediately stolen by Keaton Moffitt. Moffitt brings it into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Puts it in front. Oh, and Putnaik was denied from close range by Sally right as he got to the front of the net. Moffitt with it again. Passing to the slot, Putnaik. Now to Liam Powell. Back to the slot, Moffitt. Couldn't keep the puck on his stick. Will Hubbard going back the other way. Hubbard passing up the near side. Cesaroni lets it deflect off his stick back into the Ravenwood zone. Zeke Landkamer knocking the puck away from him. Cannon Kaiser going down behind the net. Here is Reed Odell trying to pass the slot. Puck out in front, Hubbard. Not a very hard shot by Hubbard. Stopped and covered up by Gower. This is the line for Brentwood that's been generating their chances. Not very many, though. Draw's going to be to Gower's left. One by Brentwood, and a shot from Will Hubbard misses the net. Puck out on the near side. Passed ahead to center. Keaton Moffitt deflects it over to Putnaik. Ariane Putnaik down the Brentwood slot to the net. A backhander stopped by Sally with a blocker. Here's Keaton Moffitt. Moffitt, high slot. Passes over Putnaik. Couldn't keep it in his stick. Powell with it now. Powell. Over to the left wing side. Skates away from Caden Wernick. Powell passing over to the right circle and Luke Pierce. Pierce tried to tap it up to the right point in Maltese, and it was intercepted, and trying to clear it out was Colin Engelhart, Graham's younger brother, who's another one of the 3 freshmen in this Brentwood team, and Maltese couldn't keep it in. Maltese with it at center now. Makes it off the skates of Luke Pierce back into the Brentwood zone. Pierce in front, tapped it on goal, and it just slides through the crease. Here's Caden Wernick out to center. Flips the puck ahead back into the Ravenwood zone. Owen Apple with it now. Now here's, it's Cooper Hill, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, passing out to the left point, Owen Apple. Apple down the left wing. Pushed into the boards. Puck knocked away from Johnny Kelso, but he still dropped it behind the net for Matthew Malamed, trying to fire it up the far side. And trying to keep it in the zone was Apple. No, it was not Apple trying to keep it in. It was Maltese trying to keep it in. Went off his stick and out of play into the bleachers. 6:13 left in the second. Still 6-0 Ravenwood. And since it was an intentional high stick, draw's going to be to the left of Gower. Should be to his right. Yeah, it should be to his right because Maltese deflected it out from the bleachers. Yeah, it's okay. It's going to be to his left, even though it should be to his right, because it went out over on the bleachers side, not the benches side. Yeah, okay. Now they get it right. Good Lord. Draw one by Brentwood, but the puck didn't stay in the zone. Puck sent around the boards to the near side of the Ravenwood end as the Raptors try to get it out. Carried to center. Chopped away from Mason Reed by Brody Bowman, but here's Jake Farrell. Sweeping it back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. He catches up to it. Puts it in front, but unable to get a stick on it was Robert Longard. Shot from the right circle, and Lucas O'Leary was blocked. Puck came over to the near side. Held into the left point by Reed. Pass down low. Robert Longard in front. Shot was wide. Wide into the right of Sally. Mason Reed holds it in. Passes over to the left point. Jake Farrell passing down the left wing. Longard. Oh, and then Longard fell over Reed. Reed got pushed down by Cesaroni, and Longard tried to go to the slot. He tripped and fell over Reed. Longard back and he skates a shot. Stopped by Sally with a right leg pad. Puck cleared out by Cesaroni. It went off a Ravenwood sticking its way out, so icing waved off. Brody Bowman behind his own net, pushed off the puck by Jake Farrell. Farrell banks it off the near boards. Cannon Kaiser, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Passes across. Grady Fernan to the left wing side. Kaiser tried to go across to O'Leary. That went off the stick of Will Hubbard. Hubbard tried to clear, hit the skates of Holland, stays in the zone. Brentwood got it out with a little help from Cannon Kaiser. Timo Holland brings the puck back in on the left wing side. Holland got to the left wing corner. Passes up to the left point, Zeke Landkammer. Passes down the left wing boards again to Holland. Brody Bowman tries to clear, held in the left point, Owen Apple. Fires it around the wall to the far side. Puck out on the far boards. Grady Fernan battling with Will Hubbard. Fernan comes up with it, puts it out in front. Pat Nyack's shot went off a stick and past the net to the left of Sally. Puck out on the far side, and it's cleared out by Reed Odell. It's going to be an icing. Nope, they waved it off. Thought it was going to be an icing against Brentwood. They waved it off. And Zane Cesaroni keeps the puck in the zone, put it in front, but nobody in a blue sweater was there to try and knock it in from the right-hand side of the Ravenwood net. Puck back in the Brentwood end. Oh, and Will Hubbard got caught playing with it. Pat Nyack to the front of the net, and his backhanded try blocked by Matthew Malaman, who stood right in front of Sally. So Will Hubbard with a goofy turnover that led to a chance for Ravenwood. Here's Powell. Passing it over to Landkammer. Dumps it down the right side, left wing corner. Moffitt put it in front, but unable to get a stick on it was Pierce. He fell over. Brentwood cleared it out. Icing waved off because the puck slowed way down once it crossed the Ravenwood blue line. Stretch pass up the far side. Luke Pierce deflected into the Brentwood zone, but it's going to be iced this time. Not sure by who for Brentwood just yet. 2:23 left in the second, still 6-0 Ravenwood. It's Matthew Malamed who committed the icing. Draw's going to be to Sally's left. Brentwood trying to get the puck out of the zone off the draw. Jack Schultz with it, whips it around the boards to the near side. Zane Cicerone stops it at the left point, passes it up the near side. Will Hubbard in the Ravenwood zone. Had a man come in, take the puck off him. Held in by Matthew Malamed at the left point, but then intercepted by Ravenwood. Here's Cooper Hill. Back in the Brentwood zone on the left wing side, but Jack Schultz put the body to him and got the puck off of him to clear. Great defense by Schultz. Here's Hill again. Out at center, trying to find room to skate. He's trying to get away from Schultz. He gets away from him, brings it back into the Brentwood zone. He's on the left wing side. Trying to pass over to Luke Pierce, intercepted by Schultz. Oh, and then Schultz gave it to, not sure who he gave it to down low, but it was deflected on goal, and Sally had to stop and cover. Bit of carelessness from Schultz there. It was Matthew Malamed again. 83 seconds left in the second. 6-0 Ravenwood. Andrew Sally's done terrific this second period to keep Ravenwood from scoring a seventh, although Ravenwood really haven't been generating many shots. Draw to the left of Sally. Won by the Raptors. They had, well, officially, according to the board, they had 19. In my head, they had 21. They only have 6 shots on goal in this second period. They've really not been trying to force the. They have tried to score a seventh. Tried to score a seventh though. Aryan Putnaik has had 2 breakaways stopped by Sally in this period. Farrell passing it down the left wing, Kaiser, and then it got away from Kaiser. Here's Jack Schultz out to center. Schultz back into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side, getting off a shot. I think it hit off the glove of Gower. I'm not sure. It hit something because it bounced up in the air. Brody Bowman, right wing side. His shot knocked down by Gower. Now that was a save. Just the 5th shot on goal of the game for the Bruins. There are now 30 seconds left in the second. Robert Longard, a shot, score! Longard from the high slot. He was screened. Shot it under the right leg of Sally into the back of the net, and it's 7-0 Ravenwood with 27.8 seconds to go in the second, and we're on the running clock. So Gower makes a save at one end. Robert Longard scores his first GNASH goal at the other. Owen Apple, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, backhands it in front. Grady Fernan gets to it, passes off. Lucas O'Leary, shot, stopped by Sally, and that's it for the second. Robert Longard with the only goal of the second period, and Ravenwood now have a 7-0 lead on Brentwood at the end of 2. Colin Gower is still in goal for Ravenwood. Andrew Sally still in goal for Brentwood. For this third and final period, the Raptors will move the puck from my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. We should be on the running clock now since Ravenwood are up 7-0. So for those of you following on the game changer, the clock's going to be running as long as it's running. If Brentwood score, we go back to stop clock rules. I hate that. I wish you'd have to get back within 5 to return the clock to stop clock. Cooper Hill through center, back into the Brentwood zone. Passes off to the right wing side. Who was that unable to hang on to it? I think it was Aryan Putnaik who couldn't keep it on his stick. It's back at center. Will Hubbard back into the Ravenwood zone. His shot stopped and covered up by Gower. 13:20 and ticking to go, 7-0 Ravenwood. That was just the 6th shot on goal of the game for Brentwood. Draw to the right of Gower, won by Ravenwood. Here's Timo Holland. Holland carrying it up the far side. Back into the Brentwood zone. Tried to put it in front. It was broken up. Will Hubbard on the near side trying to get it out of the zone. Tried to clear it out. It was held in. Here's Keaton Moffitt. Passing it off. Cooper Hill shot stopped. Oh, and the rebound. Aryan Putnaik again. Couldn't get the shot off this time. And then he does get off a shot that goes into the netting above the glass. It deflected off something. 12:20 and ticking left in the game. 7-0 Ravenwood. Draw's going to be to the right of Andrew Sally. Ravenwood looking for running clock insurance. Draw one by the Raptors. Owen Apple out to the right wing side. Pass across, Owen whiffing on it was Lucas O'Leary in the left circle. Cannon Kaiser keeping it alive at the left point, tapping it down the boards, but it's taken away and cleared out. Brody Bowman banked it off. I think it was Brody Bowman. Yeah, it was him who banked it off a Ravenwood player on the way out, so no icing. Not that it matters, clock's running. Apple out at center. Back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Puck cleared out by Bowman from the far side. Here's Jake Farrell backing up, passing up the far side to Cannon Kaiser, who brings it back into the Ravenwood zone. Now passes ahead to Apple. Apple try to go across to Zeke Landkammer. Intercepted by Johnny Kelso. Comes right back to Apple, who dumps it right back into the Brentwood zone. Bruins will bring it out. Jack Schultz racing through center. Taken away and back in and back up the far side by the Raptors. Here's Apple. Bringing it back into the Brentwood zone. Double teamed. Pushed into the boards. Puck cleared out by the Bruins. Kaiser's going to track it down inside the zone. Better hurry because Brody Bowman was coming at him. Kaiser out at center. Kaiser back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Here's Luke Pierce's shot. Turned away by Sally. Pierce shooting from the right circle. Held in Keaton Moffitt. Moffitt passing down the left wing, and a shot from Lucas O'Leary turned away by Sally. Now Brody Bowman brings the puck out to center. Bowman into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Had it taken away. Jake Lipinski out at center. And knocked off the stick of Robert Longer to the Brentwood blue line and cleared out. Here's Keaton Moffitt. Here's Anthony Maltese back in the Brentwood zone, driving it off Robert Longard. Oh, they score! Longard sent it to the front of the net, went off the left skate blade of Luke Pearson into the back of the net, underneath Sally and in, and it's 8-0 Ravenwood. They have running clock insurance with 9:05 and ticking to go. The clock is running about a second behind on the game changer. Not game changer. What is this thing called? It is a name. I don't know. The thing I'm using to update the score. I update it for people who are just joining in, but once people see this score and see the time, they're going to check out. 20 shots on goal. It should be like 32 for Ravenwood, but who cares? 29-6. So that was Luke Pierce with a goal. Will Hubbard behind his own net. Carries it out to center. Cooper Hill came in from behind to take the puck off him, but then he got tied up with Liam Powell, and there's going to be a slashing call. And who's the penalty going to be against? I think it's going to be against Powell. No, it's interference. It's interference. It's against Powell, so that's the first penalty of the season against Ravenwood. Brentwood getting their first power play of the night. Danny Korn stopping the clock. 7:31 left in the game. They're trailing 8-0. Draw to the left of Colin Gower. Won by Ravenwood. Trying to get out of the zone. Cleared out by Lucas O'Leary. Now the clock on the game changer is running behind. I'm going to have to stop it. Puck cleared out of the Ravenwood zone by the Raptors. All right, now it's correct again. Danny Korn's he paused the game clock to put the penalty up on the board. I think he also did it to put it up on the live box score, the game sheet. The game sheet app. Here's Jake Farrell, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Knocked into the boards. Puck brought out to center. Minute left in the power play for the Bruins. Jack Schultz brings it into the Ravenwood zone, but forced off his stick by Owen Apple. Jack Schultz, shot from the high slot of the Ravenwood zone, blockered away by Colin Gower. Just the 7th shot on goal for Brentwood. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Bruins. And with a puck out at center, Grady Fernan, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Flips it to the end boards. A Ravenwood team showing Brentwood a bit of mercy. My God, I never thought I'd see the day. Well, by the time this game is over, the game between MBA and Montgomery County up in Clarksville will have just started. Penalty time against Ravenwood is up. They're back at even strength. Keaton Moffitt knocked down inside the Brentwood slot. And Ravenwood go to offside into the Brentwood zone. Not that it matters. 4:40 and ticking left. 8-0. Ravenwood. Let me just check and make sure that Luke Pierce got that last goal because it went in off his skate. Yeah, they gave it to Luke Pierce. Just 7 shots for Brentwood. My God. My God. I can't believe anything about this game. The score, the number of shots Brentwood have, the number of shots Ravenwood have in comparison. Zeke Landcamer, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, got bumped off the puck. Of course, the game between these two last year, Ravenwood won 7-3. Shot score. Aryan Patnaik finally gets his goal. Fires it into the roof of the net from the high slot. And it's 9-0 Ravenwood with 3:50 and ticking to go. Of course, I was about to say, Ravenwood won last year's game 7-3. It didn't even finish because with 4:06 left in the third, some Brentwood students, this game was in Antioch on the south rink, some Brentwood students in the corner right near the Zamboni garage banged on some panes of glass so hard they fell on the ice and they decided not to finish the game. And since they were past the second period and the game was official, decided to let it go and call it. 9 goals from 9 different players for Ravenwood tonight. My God. Here's Cooper Hill back in the Brentwood zone. Carries it around to the left wing side. Finds some space. Tried to back it in front for Lucas O'Leary. You couldn't get his stick on it, and we get a whistle. Net got dislodged again. 2:40 and ticking to go. 9-0 Ravenwood. Draw to Sally's left. Won by Ravenwood. Trying to bring it out to center with Zane Cesaroni. Brought back in by Liam Powell. Powell hasn't scored yet. Ravenwood have 9 goals on the board. Liam Powell doesn't have a single one of them. That's insane. Cooper Hill, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Got knocked off his stick. Here's Cannon Kaiser. Liam Powell, left point. Hill trying to move it down. Got knocked off his stick by Jack Schultz. Puck out at center. Schultz with it. Got tied up from behind. Hill with it again. Brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Puck taken away and brought out to center by Hubbard. Hubbard, left wing side of the Ravenwood end. Into the boards, Jake Farrell. Passing ahead to O'Leary at center. Final minute of the game, O'Leary. Nice back checking by Brody Bowman to get the puck off O'Leary. Now Luke Pierce. Sorry, Keaton Moffitt in his own zone, passing it up the far side to Farrell, who taps it back into the Brentwood zone. Here's Liam Powell. Powell sending it over to the far side, Cooper Hill. Hill in the left wing corner behind the net. 30 seconds to go. Hill turns and shoots. Who went off of the skate, I think, of Bowman and just passed the net to the right of Sally. Here's Hill again. Behind the net. Put it out in front, but it was broken up. And Hill takes a big hit at the inboards behind the net. That's going to draw a penalty, and that's going to end the game. Oh, and then he had a bit of a taunt, and he's going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty. Oh, and then Hill, a little swipe at the end on Johnny Kelso. And, okay, Cooper, come on. Whoa. Okay, it was Kelso's stick he had, and he threw it at Kelso, and then Kelso threw his stick back at him. They might need to get Kelso out of the handshake line. Hopefully James Gately and Dakota Davis talk to him and talk to Hill and make sure he doesn't do anything dumb. But good God, 9-0, a 9-0 final. Okay, so Kelso behaved himself. And Hill behaved himself. Good God. Ravenwood beat Brentwood 9-0. My God, my God, my God, my God. That is, wow. Jesus. All right, so the goal scorers in this one. I believe we had nine goals from 9 different players. Yeah, nobody scored more than 1 goal. The game winner was scored. The game winner was scored by Grady Fernan just 93 seconds into the game. Keaton Moffitt of the second, Cooper Earl of the third, Zeke Landcamer of the fourth, Kenan Kaiser the fifth. Okay, so it was not Mason Reed, it was Kenan Kaiser of the fifth. Timo Holland of the sixth. It was 6-0 Ravenwood after 1. Robert Longard had the only goal of the second. So 7-0 Ravenwood at the end of 2. And then the goals in the third for Ravenwood, Luke Pierce and Aryan Patnaik. So players of the game, let's give it to the first timers, the kids who scored their first GNASH goal in their first game tonight. So Aryan Patnaik, Robert Longard, Timo Holland, and Grady Fernan. They are our players of the game tonight, each scoring their first GNASH goal in their first GNASH game as Ravenwood beat Brentwood 9-0. My God, I can't believe. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Jeez. Let's see if that game between MBA and Montgomery started yet. Looks like it has not. Hopefully they'll have a game sheet going. I wonder if the NBA broadcast team got on the bus and went up there. Although I've looked, it's a pretty small rink up there inside F&M Bank Arena. It's not very media friendly, to be honest. So Ravenwood joined that group at 1-0. Brentwood are now 1-1 along with Centennial FRA. Let me enter the score on the GNASH scores from MTSN Twitter. Brentwood now have a goal difference of -6. Scored 5, allowed 11. God. So we've got 2 finals in the book so far tonight. Centennial FRA beating Station Camp Liberty Creek 3-0, and just now Ravenwood beating Brentwood 9-0. So here are the standings with those 2 games in the books. Ravenwood joining the group at 1-0. Summit Page, Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb, Hendersonville Beach, Lawson, and JP2 MLK. Centennial FRA and Brentwood now both at 1-1. And the group at 0-1, Father Ryan, the Montgomery County Rangers, Independence BA, USN Nashville Christian, the Rampage, Rutherford Rampage, and Station Camp Liberty Creek. Still sitting at the starting line. Well, NBA, they should have gotten off the starting line by now. That game should be underway. The Outlaws in Franklin and Mount Juliet, Wilson, Central, Green Hill. They get off the starting line tomorrow night. So the schedule for the rest of this week, so that game between NBA and Montgomery County should be going on right now up in Clarksville. And then coming up at 8:30 over on Rink B, it's the Outlaws taking on Franklin. And then tomorrow night at 8:30 on the North Rink in Antioch, Station Camp Liberty Creek taking on Mount Juliet, Wilson, Central, Green Hill. Again, the last team to kick off their 2024-2025 GNASH season. We're not doing that game. In fact, our week is done. And let's take a look at next week's schedule. Five games on Monday. All gets underway at 5:30 over on Rink B here at Centennial. Father Ryan taking on Rink B. JP2 MLK taking on the Rangers. 7:40 here on Rink A. Hendersonville Beach Lawson taking on Franklin. 8:30 over on Rink B. Independence BA, USN Nashville Christian taking on the Outlaws. And also at 8:30 on the Terry Chris Spring in Bellevue, Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill taking on Summit Page. Wednesday, there are just 3 games on Wednesday, all here at Centennial. Rink A at 7:10. Nolensville taking on Mount Juliet. 8:30 over on Rink B, the Rampage taking on Franklin. 8:40 here on Rink A, Hendersonville taking on Brentwood. And then on Thursday night on the North Rink in Antioch, next Thursday, the 26th, it will be JP2 MLK taking on Nolensville, 8:30 on the North Rink. 3 games next week. Monday, we have our first doubleheader of the season. We're going to do that JP2 Rangers game first, 6:50 pregame for a 7 o'clock face-off. And then we're going to do the Indy Outlaws game at 8:30, 8:20 pregame for an 8:30 face-off. And then next Wednesday, back over on Rink B to do the Rampage Franklin game, 8:20 pregame, 8:30 face-off. We're not doing that game next Thursday between JP2 and Ensworth. Slight schedule change. The Ravenwood Outlaws game that was supposed to have been played on Wednesday, October the 9th at 7:10 here on Rink A at Centennial has been moved to Thursday, October 17th. Be played at 8:30 on the North Rink in Antioch. All right, so that's it. That is it for week 1 of our coverage of the 2024-2025 GNASH season. Again, our final score tonight, Ravenwood 9, Brentwood nothing. Wow. Just unbelievable. What a weird era that we have walked into. All right, doubleheader on Monday, and then another game next Wednesday for our Week 2 coverage. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Good night, everybody, from Centennial. Again, we'll send along scores for the rest of the week out on the Twitter and the text alert system, including tomorrow night's game in Antioch. But for now, it is good night from Centennial, and have a safe weekend. See you Monday, or talk to you Monday from right over on Rink B.